Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Um, Today we are talking about Lara Knight.
All right.
She is a clairvoyant medium,
Mhm.
and she's been practicing for 15 years.
Wow, 15 years.
But she actually wasn't born with this ability.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she developed this over time,
Interesting.
which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Because, for some people who maybe are just starting to kind of explore this world and are like,
Yeah.
oh, I could never do that.
Right.
It shows that it is something that you can develop
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
something that, may come up later in life.
Yeah. And what really struck me about Laura's story was that she really emphasizes the love and sincerity in her readings, and she really only shares genuine messages from the spirit world.
Yeah, so she's not going to make stuff up to make you feel good,
Exactly.
which I think is
Important.
really important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does somebody who wasn't born with this ability, suddenly find it?
Well, it all started during a yoga class,
Of course it did.
as these things often do.
It's always a yoga class.
She started hearing this voice and specific details about a person nobody else seemed to notice.
Okay.
And it turned out that it was the spirit of someone connected to the yoga instructor.
Oh, wow.
Talk about an unexpected validation.
Right, like you're just trying to, stretch,
Getting your zen.
get your zen on, and suddenly you're hearing voices.
Exactly.
So what did she, after she had this experience, did she, lean into it, or did she...
Well, it's interesting. She had some initial hesitation, which is completely understandable. I mean, it's not every day you start hearing voices.
Right.
But she gradually started developing these abilities through meditation and some group sessions.
So she kind of, tested it out.
Exactly.
Dipping her toes in.
In spiritual waters.
So, okay, so we have her, she's in this yoga class, she's hearing things. How does she actually make the leap to doing this with other people?
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
She describes her first reading as taking place at her dining room table.
Okay, so really casual.
Yeah, very casual, and she said it was incredibly emotional for both her and the client.
Wow.
But even then, she had a strategy.
Oh, really?
She would start by sharing her impressions of the client's personality and life before bringing in the spirit world.
So it's almost like a warm-up.
Exactly.
So, I see this about you.
Yeah.
Does this resonate?
Exactly.
Okay, now let's see what else is out there.
It's like building that foundation of trust.
Yeah.
Right?
Which I think is really important,
Absolutely.
especially if you're going to be talking about, people who've passed.
Exactly. It can be a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
So what I find really interesting is that Lara is very insistent on only sharing what she genuinely receives.
Okay, so no sugarcoating.
No sugarcoating, no forced connections.
If she doesn't see it, she doesn't see it.
Exactly.
And that's it.
And that seems to be a big theme in the client feedback as well.
Really?
They really appreciate her honesty. She even mentions that sometimes there's no connection with the specific spirit the client is hoping for.
Oh, that's got to be tough.
It is.
Yeah.
But even then, Lara can tap into the client's energy to offer insights on other areas of their life, like health, career, relationships, things that are affecting them right now.
So even if you're not, 100% sure about this whole, talking to dead people thing,
Yeah,
there's still something that you can get out of it.
absolutely.
Because she can kind of look at your energy and be like, okay, I see this blockage here. See, this is affecting you. And it's not just a bunch of
Mumbo jumbo.
yeah, exactly.
It's very practical.
Yeah. So you could go to her for a spiritual checkup.
Absolutely. And that's where Lara's emphasis on love comes in.
Okay.
She believes that love is the foundation of mediumship
Okay.
and that it's the key to unlocking those authentic connections with the spirit world.
So you can't just force it.
Exactly. You can't just will it to happen.
You have to have that genuine
Love and intention.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see this reflected in the client testimonials as well.
Oh, right.
They talk about feeling a sense of peace validation.
It's not just the information that they're getting.
Exactly. It's the feeling that comes with it,
Right.
that sense of connection.
Okay, so I am intrigued, but let's talk about some real-world examples here.
Sure.
What are some of the tangible results that people are getting?
Well, one example is Jennifer.
Okay,
She was struggling with a major career decision and she felt totally lost.
it's a big one.
Yeah. And during her reading, Lara connected her with a deceased mentor, someone Jennifer deeply admired in life.
So it's not always family.
Exactly.
You can connect with anybody.
Anyone who has a significant connection to you.
Wow, okay.
And through this mentor, Jennifer received encouragement and very specific guidance that helped her make that tough decision.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And guess what? It led to a promotion and a whole new level of fulfillment in her work.
So it's not just feeling good, it's actual real world
Real world impact.
change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wow. Okay, that's really cool.
It is.
And that's just one story, right?
Right. There are many others.
Okay, give me the other one.
So another client, Tracy, she was heartbroken after losing her mother, and
Oh,
she felt adrift, unsure how to move forward.
yeah.
And through Lara's reading, Tracy received messages of love and support from her mom, which helped her find closure and begin to heal.
Wow.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, so for someone who's dealing with grief, it's not necessarily about getting specific advice.
Right.
It's just about that connection.
That emotional reconnection.
Yeah,
And that seems to be a common thread in many of the testimonials, people feeling understood, comforted, even empowered by the messages that they receive.
like that weight has been lifted off their shoulder.
Exactly.
And this is where Lara's emphasis on validation becomes really important.
Absolutely.
She doesn't just say, your mom says hi.
Yeah.
She uses specific dates, details, things only the client would know
Right.
to really prove that it's real.
Exactly, because let's be honest, there's always going to be some skepticism around this kind of thing.
Of course.
So when Lara can rattle off your great aunt's birthday or mention a childhood memory that nobody else knew,
Yeah.
it takes it to a whole other level.
That's got to be like mind-blowing.
It is.
Wow.
It's really incredible to witness that connection. Yeah, it really is like she's providing tangible proof that you know that these connections are real,
Right.
bridging that gap between the seen and the unseen.
Yeah.
And for those who are curious but hesitant, I think that validation can be incredibly reassuring.
Absolutely. Like, okay, maybe this ES more than just wishful thinking.
Exactly.
So let's say someone's listening and they're like, okay, I'm buying into this.
Yeah.
What are their options?
Well, Lara offers a range of services that are tailored to different needs and goals.
Okay.
So if you're looking for that blend of connection with loved ones and personal guidance, her 1-hour intuitive sessions are a great place to start.
So you can get messages from the other side, but also get insights into your own life.
Exactly. It's like a personalized spiritual checkup.
Okay, I like that.
You get those messages and you get insights into your own path. And what's interesting is that these sessions aren't just about receiving information passively.
Okay.
Lara encourages active participation, so clients can ask questions, seek clarification,
Yeah.
really engage with the process.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a two-way conversation,
Even with the spirit world.
even with the spirit world.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
What if someone is not ready for that?
Yeah.
Like they're not sure that they're ready for the mediumship, but they still want to kind of explore that spiritual side.
Lara's specific energy reading sessions might be a good fit for them.
Okay, what is that?
It's less about communicating with spirits and more about understanding your own energy flow.
Oh. Hey.
So how are your thoughts, emotions, past experiences impacting your well-being?
So it's more like a personal energy map, highlighting the things that might be holding you back.
Exactly, and it can be really helpful for people who are feeling stuck or repeating negative patterns.
Okay, and then through that understanding, you can actually start to make changes in your life.
Yeah, it's not just about identifying the problem, it's about empowering you to do something about it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Now, there was another one,
Yes.
the intuition development coaching,
Oh, yeah, this one is fascinating.
especially for people who are, maybe they're a little bit intuitive and they want to develop that more.
This is where Lara really shines as a teacher and a mentor. She helps people tap into that inner wisdom we all possess
Okay.
to develop their own intuitive skills and trust their gut feelings.
Like you have this internal compass, let's figure out how to use it. That
Yeah.
can be applied to so many different things in life.
Absolutely. Making decisions, navigating relationships, sensing opportunities.
Wow.
It's really about cultivating that deeper connection to yourself and to the world around you.
That's really cool.
And for those who are drawn to that shared experience, Lara also offers family or group sessions.
Oh, so you can do this like with your family or a group of friends.
It creates a space for collective healing support and exploration. And often the messages that come through for one person resonate deeply with others in the group.
Oh, wow.
It fosters that sense of connection and shared understanding.
I love that.
It's really special.
Like a spiritual support group.
Exactly.
As we're talking about these different services, I keep coming back to the client testimonials
Me too.
because they really bring her work to life.
They do, and one that really stood out to me was Sean's story.
Okay.
He described Lara's talent as amazing and blessed, and shared how the reading had a profound impact on his life.
Wow.
He didn't go into specific details, but you could just feel the sincerity and gratitude in his words.
Yeah.
It was really powerful.
Okay.
And then there's Lisa, She described Lara as an amazing, compassionate woman and really emphasized the accuracy of her readings.
Like she was spot on.
She said the messages were unbelievably true, which really underscores that validation aspect we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And these testimonials highlight how Lara's work goes beyond simply delivering messages from the other side.
Right.
It's about providing comfort, clarity, and a renewed sense of purpose.
Like she's holding a light for people
Exactly.
and helping them see the bigger picture.
Illuminating their path. And that can be incredibly empowering, especially for those who are feeling lost or uncertain.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Lara's work is a testament to the power of connection, both with the spirit world and with our own inner wisdom.
Yeah.
And it's an invitation to embrace the possibility that there's more to life than meets the eye.
Okay, so we've talked about all these amazing things about her and the work that she does.
Yeah.
What about the ethical side of things?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because, she has this gift.
Yeah.
Does she ever feel obligated to share messages, even when it's not, a formal reading?
Right, like if she's just out and about.
Yeah, like she's at the grocery store and suddenly she senses something.
That's a fascinating question, and it's something Lara addresses directly.
Yeah.
She talks about feeling drawn to certain people in public and receiving intuitive impressions.
Okay.
But she's very mindful of respecting boundaries.
So she's not going to, stop somebody in the cereal aisle and be like,
No,
your grandpa says hi.
not quite. She says it's a delicate balance.
Okay.
She might feel a nudge to smile at someone, offer a kind word.
Okay.
But she's careful not to intrude or overstep.
That's good.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, though, how many times have we maybe gotten those little intuitive flashes,
Right.
but didn't trust them?
Yeah, we've all had those gut feelings.
Right, exactly.
But knowing how to act on them ethically, that's a whole other skill.
Right, and how do you know if it's just your imagination or if it's really something?
That's where the validation comes in.
Yeah.
Even in her readings, Lara's always looking for those specific details that confirm the connection. It's not just about feeling good, it's about knowing it's real.
Now, she also talks about, for her personally,
Yeah.
the importance of protection and discernment.
Right.
What is she talking about there?
I think it's more about energetic hygiene.
Okay.
Just like we wash our hands after being in a crowd.
Right.
Lara has practices to clear her energy after readings to avoid carrying any residual energy from her clients.
Okay.
She also emphasizes focusing on the light and avoiding any deliberate attempts to connect with negative energies.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be dealing with the unseen world.
Right.
But it also highlights the fact that, this work must take a toll on her.
Yeah, I imagine it can be quite draining.
Energetically.
Lara describes it as feeling very heightened during the readings, but often feeling detached afterwards.
Okay.
So self-care is a big part of her routine meditation, spending time in nature.
Right.
Things that help her recharge.
So it's not all just,
Spirit guides and sparkly auras.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of work.
It is.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into Lara Knight,
Yeah.
what stands out to you the most about her approach?
I think it's the combination of her genuine compassion and that commitment to validation.
Yeah.
She's not just throwing out vague predictions or trying to impress with theatrics. It's really about helping people connect with something meaningful.
Yeah.
Something that can bring them comfort, healing, and perhaps even a little bit of magic.
I love that.
Yeah.
Comfort, healing, and magic.
That's beautiful.
If you're listening to this and you're feeling a bit skeptical,
Yeah.
maybe Lara's story is an invitation to just be a little bit more open to the possibility.
Yeah.
And to listen to that little voice inside, to trust your gut.
Trust your intuition.
Yeah, you never know what you might discover.
Beautifully said. And if you're ready to take the next step to explore your own intuition or maybe connect with a loved one on the other side,
Yeah.
Lara's services are out there waiting.
They are.
Who knows? Maybe this deep dive is just the beginning of your own incredible journey.
Well, thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration of Lara Knight.
It was my pleasure.
The world is full of wonder if you just know where to look.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep.